Outside with the fastball. It's 1-0. And a strike to even the count. 1-1.
Yeah, I don't think you want to come in throwing a lot of high changeups. That's a pitch he's going to have to get lower in the strike zone.
Back goes Gomez. Gone! So it's a solo home run to lead off the bottom of the first. As the Red Sox get the game's first run, it's 1-0.
And this is one of those guys that we consider to be part of that new breed of leadoff hitter. You know, it used to be that your leadoff guy was a guy that might hit 3 or 4 home runs a year. But nowadays, managers are realizing, hey, my leadoff guy is going to get more at-bats than anyone else in my lineup over the course of the season. So why not put a better hitter up there rather than just a punch-and-Judy guy? And that certainly worked out for him right here.
Here's the second baseman now, Dustin Pedroia, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce one foul for the first strike. No outs, nobody on. Now another one hit deep to left. Back goes Rasmus. But he can't get to this one. It's off the wall. And he's in there safely. He's got a double.
Batting third.
Stepping in, Xander Bogaerts, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Now a changeup to start him out, but that's looked at down and in for ball 1. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
Hey, it's danger any way you look at it right here. You've got a base open, but you've got an even better hitter waiting on deck. So I don't think I'd be working around this guy. I'd be forced to go right after him.
Boy, good cutting action to that pitch as that's the first out of the inning. Now a chance here from Fenway to take a look at John Farrell's starting lineup card. Steve, what's the key for him against one of the best starters in the game?
Well, I think you need to take advantage of balls up in the zone, and you could probably say that almost every day, but this is a great hitter's park. You get something to drive, they end up in the seats here.
So a runner on second with one down now, and here's the still dangerous left-handed bat of David Ortiz. First delivery to him on the way. And he takes a pitch that's ruled a strike at the knees. Pretty liberal strike zone there. It's 0-1.
And I think that's just something you have to understand with an umpire like this. If it's at the knees, it's a strike. I mean, he'll be consistent with that call all night, so you just need to adjust up there.
0-1, here it comes. Hit high and deep to straightaway right field. Back goes Springer at the track. They're going to extend their lead as the runner scores from second. It's a 2-0 ball game.
Yeah, and even though this bounces over the wall, I don't think it would have made any difference one way or the other. I kind of doubt he would have been thinking about going for 3, and the runner was going to score anyway without a problem.
Here's the left fielder, Hanley Ramirez. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. That's inside. 2-0.
Yeah, and he's got to be careful not to give up yet another home run here in this inning. So you can see they're approaching with caution here.
In time to first, and there are 2 away. And with a quick breather here, let's call on a look at how the Astros line it up defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. EK, what do you got?
Well, guys, this defense is really anchored up the middle, and most specifically, the guy over at second base. He turns the double play as well as anybody in the game, has a lot of range, and really takes away a lot of hits from the other team.
And this ball is crushed deep down the right field line. And it'll fade just at the end and winds up a long foul ball. Down the third baseline. But this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. Throws him for strike 3, and that retires the side. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. On to the second inning now from Fenway Park. It's the Red Sox 2 and the Astros 0. Leading off the inning, Carlos Gomez, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up. This is in the air out to right field. Castillo is there, and he's got it, and it's a first pitch out to begin the second.
I think that's a situation where he just wasn't ready for the fastball, and it got on him too quickly and just hits a lazy fly ball to right.
Evan Gattis now standing in. Hit hard up the middle and into center field as he's aboard with a one-out single.
A couple of hard-hit balls here to start the inning. The first one found a glove, but not this one, though. He's on with a one-out single.
Luis Valbuena takes his first shot here with a runner at first now and one away. And that swung on and missed for strike one.
Well, he's gotten away here early with leaving some of these pitches out over the middle of the plate, especially to start some of these at-bats.
Swing and a miss, and he's in control 0-2.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like he's trying to get a ground ball here. He's coming right after him, trying to get a punch out.
Got him looking with the fastball as that had some two-seam movement to it. Two gone.
And if you want to see a guy get blown away at the plate, this is just one finger down 3 times in a row. He was just overmatched there.
Here's the big first baseman, John Singleton. As Price starts him with a strike, it's 0-1. A runner on first with 2 away. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2.
And you kind of get the sense that he's not really messing around out there too much. There hasn't been a whole lot of setting guys up here in this inning.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. One left for Houston. They're still down. It's 2-0. Rusney Castillo strides into the box now to lead off the home half of the second inning.
And they jumped out to that early lead, so now it's all about just adding on.
Keuchel gets the sign. First pitch on its way. And that misses inside 1-0. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. And this will be taken in out there by Gomez for the first out.
One thing you can already pick up on in these first couple innings is he's leaving the ball up more often than he should. It's already hurt him once on that home run, and even though that's an out, that ball was hit pretty darn well.
Blake Swihart will get his first cuts here. Line to the right side, but good hands over there at first, and that becomes out number 2.
Yeah, that's not a bad pitch right there. The ball's down in the zone, but he does a really nice job of getting the barrel through the hitting zone and squaring it up. He just can't elevate that pitch enough to get it over the infielder's head.
Here's Jackie Bradley now. As the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. Swing and a miss. Looked like the slider there. A ball and a strike.
Oh, man, what a perfect pitch right there in a perfect spot. And that's it.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. Jason Castro steps in here to start out their half of the third. Top of the order to follow.
Yeah, and you know he's the number 9 hitter, but you've got to go to the plate right now thinking like a leadoff guy. Just find a way to get on base and then give those 1, 2, 3 guys a chance to drive you in or do something.
Now a fastball to start the third. That misses. It's ball 1. You like what you've seen from this guy so far?
I do. I like where he's putting the fastball, and I like the movement he's been getting on both his curveball and changeup. I think he'll do well.
And he'll try to hold back the swing, but he'll do so unsuccessfully as that's ruled a strike. Looked like he was on that one, but it's 1-2. Now a ball lined to the left side, but foul. Price gets his sign. Here's the 1-2. Hit on the ground to short. Bogarts has it. Throw to first in time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the third.
The second baseman, number 27, Jose Altuve.
Jose Altuve will get a second crack at it here. He flied out to lead off the ball game.
Not really a good at-bat there. Forget getting out, but he didn't see any pitches as well.
Chop foul right at home plate. It's strike one.
Well, here's a little trivia for you, Matt. On May 1st of 2012, Jose Altuve faced Mets pitcher John Roush, who's 6 feet 11 inches tall. The 1.5-foot height differential is said to be the most in MLB history between a pitcher and batter.
And from his perspective on the mound, I think that's exactly where he wanted to throw that pitch. You can see it's tailing down and out of the strike zone, but he just sticks his bat out there and winds up taking it the other way.
Here's George Springer. As he'll pick on the first pitch and hit a ground ball towards second. He'll go to the bag for one.
He kind of got stuck in an in-between position right here. I don't think he quite knew whether to flip it or step on the bag and take it himself. So he does get the sure out, but no shot at the double play.
Digging in now, Carlos Correa. He drew a walk his first time up. Now a snap throw to first. Back in standing.
Keeping an eye on him.
He's set. Here it comes. Grounder down the line at third. Throw on to second for the force, and the side is retired. Astros leave one. They trail it here 2-0. Mookie Betts digs into the box in the bottom of inning number 3.
And you know, guys, I love a guy like this leading off an inning for you. He makes good contact and he can run.
In there at the knees as he offers a strike to the leadoff man, 0-1.
Real good lateral movement on that two-seam fastball. That pitch is money for him when it's moving like that. So just keep on throwing it.
The throw into second, but it won't be in time, and it's a leadoff double.
Pretty safe to say he was sitting on the fastball there. He's out in front of this pitch, and he just drills it right down the line, and that'll put him in a good position here with the runner on second and nobody out.
Hit hard to short. Correa is up with it. And safe, says the first base umpire, as the throw was too late.
The shortstop.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Xander Bogarts. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
It was a pretty big strikeout, too, because he had a chance to drive in a run, so I'm sure he's going to be thinking about that missed opportunity for a little while.
Now a swing and a miss. Took something off that one, and it's strike one.
As a hitter here, you've got to make him get the ball up. You don't go swinging at pitches that are down in the zone and more likely to turn into double play balls.
1-1 pitch is a slider that's cut on and missed for strike two. Tried to hold up there. Appeal down to first, and no swing. It's ball two. A little late with the swing, but he stays alive. Still 2-2. Soft liner toward first, but this is speared by the first baseman.
That's a good pitch right there, inside part of the plate. Just too tardy of a swing to get the hands through the zone, and as a result, It's just a little humpback liner and an easy out.
Here comes the DH now, David Ortiz, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike.
And after that call, you know he's got to be turning around to say something like, hey, you know what? This guy doesn't need any help.
And that finds the outfield grass for a base hit. And the runner from second is in to score. And not in time as the second run scores.
This is a guy you don't want to make a mistake to with runners on base, because when you do, he normally does something like this. This is a bolt right here. You could hang your laundry on this one, and it's going to wind up scoring too.
Here's Hanley Ramirez as he swings and hits this one fouled off to the right and out of play. One out and a runner on second base. And Ramirez can't get that one as he swings and misses for strike two. And Ramirez able to hold off on that one, but he still trails in the count. It's 1-2. Third double of the game for these guys, as you see the comparison there. Grounded down the third baseline. But this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. Here's the 1-2 delivery. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
And now this is all about minimizing damage out there on the mound. He's got to regroup, and he's got to do it quick, or this game will get away from him.
Gomez comes on now and makes the catch in shallow center for round number 2.
This has just been a rough day for this guy so far in this one. Everything they're hitting is hard, even if it's right at someone.
Sandoval.
From the stretch. Hit to short. To his right, Correa. Throw in time, and the side is retired. So it's 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. 3 innings complete. The Red Sox lead it 4-0. Leading off the inning, Colby Rasmus, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Well, you know, they've fallen behind by quite a bit in the early going here, so they need a good inning here to get them back in the game.
Oh, and he looks like he's swinging a garden hose out there as this is cut on and missed for strike one.
Well, he gets ahead of another hitter there, and I'm told he's thrown a first pitch strike to around 90% of the batters he's faced so far, and that's pretty amazing.
Bradley is there. And he hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, that's just a good pitch right there. That's a two-seam fastball working its way back inside, and he's probably fortunate he didn't break his bat. He winds up getting this one right down there on the label, and he's retired.
Here's Carlos Gomez. Off-speed pitch, and this one runs in and nearly gets him here.
If there's one thing base stealers don't like, it's when you throw at their legs. Now, that's their meal ticket you're messing with.
Bat explodes as this has popped up. And he'll find a way to dodge the shrapnel out there to make the play for route number 2.
The key here as a first baseman, you've got to be able to stay focused on the baseball, which is easy for me to say. I don't have half a bat heading my way, but that's a nice job down there to take this one in.
Evan Gattis now standing in. As Price starts him with a strike, it's 0-1.
And this has been a common problem for all of these guys. They just can't lay off that pitch down and away.
Now the 0-1 is swung on and lifted out to straightaway center field. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. Astros go down 1-2-3. They trail here 4-0. Rusney Castillo is set to lead us off in the home half of the 4th inning.
Well, guys, they jumped out to that big lead early on in this game, but you really can't get comfortable. You have to keep putting pressure on.
Ripped on the ground to first. Singleton is there, and he'll take this to the bag. 3 unassisted for the first out.
Now batting, number 23.
Blake Swihart stands in for the second time. Hit it hard, but lined out in his first at-bat.
Yeah, he was right on the off-speed stuff and hit it well, but just didn't have any luck. It's going to be interesting to see if they stay with more fastballs right here.
And too high with the cut fastball. It's 1-0 now. Hit down the third base line. Balbuena fields it cleanly. Throw to first will get him. Already 2 away here in the home fourth.
And that's what the two-seam fastball will do for you. Running away, not just for strikeouts. Here he gets him to hit it on the ground for an easy out.
Striding into the box, Jackie Bradley Jr. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Keuchel sets his sights. Here comes the first pitch. Into the seats, 0-1. 4 runs, 5 hits, and no errors for the Red Sox to this point. Now the 0-1. And he falls behind 0-2. Halfway to 100 pitches. Here it is. Goes down to get the off-speed pitch here as this is sent in the air out to left. It's got some carry to it. And that ball is gone. A home run. A solo shot off the bat of Jackie Bradley Jr. as the Red Sox break on top now 5-0.
When you have a hitter down in the count like that, you got to bury him or at least get him to chase something out of the zone. That pitch is way too hittable, and he pays for it. Just an enormous mistake, and now he's so upset with himself.
Now time is called here as we'll get a trip to the mound. Couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. Here's Mookie Betts. As he'll take a look at ball 1. You know, you start to worry that maybe this already has the makings of a short outing.
And that's not what that man right there wants to hear. He'd hate to have to make a change this early, but he might have to.
From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a flare hit toward right. Springer is there. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. It's Jackie Bradley Jr. who hits the jackpot with this big swing. We played 4, and the lead is now 5-0. Leading off the inning, Luis Valbuena, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Boy, they've got some work to do here, but there's still a lot of time left in this game, so just chip away, chip away.
Price is ready. First pitch on the way. A little tardy there. No balls and a strike.
And we've seen guys swing at that four-seam riding fastball up in the zone, but you're never going to get on top of that thing when it's up that high.
Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. A quick out number one.
Now batting, the first baseman.
Boy, you talk about guys being over anxious at the plate. You know, of all the pitches he's thrown so far, guys have only taken 8 of them. If I was on the mound, I'd keep throwing pitches 2 feet out of the zone until they prove they can lay off.
John Singleton is into the box. He was a strikeout victim in his first try.
Yeah, and he went down in flames, too. Got him on just 3 pitches.
And he throws the fastball by him here, 0-1.
Yeah, he's getting some good run on that two-seamer. It's moving better than it was even a few innings ago.
Outside for a ball, 1-1. 1 out, nobody on. He ties him up with a fastball inside, 1-2.
Nothing fancy. 3 fastballs so far in this at-bat. He could go just about anywhere from here.
And this is swung on and missed, so it's 2 up, 2 down to start the 5th. Jason Castro stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out. And a good pitch, but he gets quite a lot of it. And in fact, he got more than a lot of it. He got all of it. It's a home run. A solo home run for Jason Castro. As they get on the scoreboard here, it's 5-1.
And even though this is only 1 run, this is important, not just because it gets them on the board, but also because they needed something to get the dugout going a bit. Give them some life.
Jose Altuve will come forward now. He has flied out and singled so far.
Jose Altuve.
Cut fastball taken for strike 1.
Yeah, and it seems like he kind of got away from that pitch here in the last few innings. You got to think about bringing that one right back.
Not the greatest at-bat thus far as he misses that pitch in the dirt and falls behind 0-2 now.
This is a guy that's got to understand his abilities here. He's got the speed to beat out any ground ball, but he's taking uppercut swings trying to go yard.
Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Astros get a run here courtesy of the solo homer. Bottom of the 5th coming up. It's the Red Sox 5 and the Astros 1. Dustin Pedroia will lead things off here for Boston. Xander Bogaerts due to hit next.
Second baseman, Dustin Pedroia.
Pat Neshek is going to take over here in inning number 5 as it's going to be up to their bullpen to try and keep him in the game here. Dustin Pedroia will lead things off here for Boston. Xander Bogaerts due to hit next.
Dustin Pedroia.
Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate.
You know, when you watch Pedroia play day in and day out, I always think about that memorable 2013 season. I mean, this is a guy who hurts his thumb on opening day, but he played 160 games that season, and he led the Sox to another World Series title.
The shortstop, number 2, Xander Bogaerts.
Xander Bogaerts will dig in now, the winner of the American League's Silver Slugger Award for shortstop a season ago. First offering on its way. Righty against righty as this is taken for a ball. It's 1-0. That's wide, 2-0. 5 runs, 6 hits, and no errors for the Red Sox to this point. Hit hard up the middle, backhanded. And the off-balance throw beats him at first, and that's a tough play.
And this is not an easy play when you have to range to your right. He doesn't really have a chance to set himself up, so this is all arm, but he makes it look routine.
Here comes the DH now, David Ortiz. And he'll watch one miss up and away for a ball, 1-0. Runs outside, so it goes to 2-0 now. You still come after him now on 2-0?
I think you have to be a little careful, but yeah, I don't think you can just give up on him.
Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And the shift will not amount to much here as this is lifted in the air out to right field. Springer is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Red Sox go down 1-2-3. They're up 5-1. George Springer will stand in to start things off as this top of the batting order hasn't found a whole lot of success so far.
In fact, just one hit between the 1, 2, 3 hitters combined. So apparently the table setters have not been getting their chores done.
Price into his motion. Here's the first pitch. Back to work now is Price as he gets ahead to start the inning. It's strike 1.
Boy, he is just wearing guys out with that two-seam fastball. I don't care if it's inside, outside, he's really hitting his spots well.
Here's a late swing and a miss, strike 2. Trying to strike him out for the second time. Off the plate at 94, 1-2.
Well, I think that fastball is just for show there. He's not trying to throw this for a strike.
And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out.
Yeah, another good start to an inning for him here. He's really only made one bad pitch the entire game. That was the solo home run. Other than that, you can see there, not much to speak of at all.
Carlos Correa will dig in. 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Swung on and missed. It's 0-1.
And I wish more guys would pitch like this. I mean, look at that pitch count right there. That is really low for this stage of the game, and it's because he's throwing strikes and challenging guys.
Late decision to swing that time, and as a result, it's 0-2. Lays off that time, and it's 1-2.
Not a real good 0-2 there. You don't necessarily want it in the zone, but you do want to at least give him something to think about.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Ripped down the first base line. And he'll take this to the bag himself, and there are 2 away now.
Yeah, and it's kind of been one of those days. There haven't been too many balls hit hard, and even when they do hit one hard, it's an atom ball.
Colby Rasmus will stand in now. He's struck out and flied out, 0 for 2 thus far. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. First pitch fastball swung on and missed, 0-1.
And that man right there, he's got to figure out some kind of combination to score some runs for him. They have really been scuffling.
Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Astros. Hanley Ramirez will step in now. He's bounced out and flown out in his first 2 plate appearances.
Hanley Ramirez.
First pitch here misses wide, 1-0. 2-0 now. Grounded back up the middle. Oh, and it eats him up a bit. And some problems defensively as they allow him to reach first safely.
Well, not really all that tough a play heading up the middle, but you see it takes a funny little hop there at the end, and this will be scored as an error.
Pablo Sandoval will dig in for the 3rd time now. He's struck out and bounced out in his first 2 trips. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Took a little off, and it's in for a called strike 1. Hit on the ground down the first baseline. 1 there. Back to first, and great work by the pitcher hustling over to cover as he takes the throw for the 3-6-1 double play.
Well, the one thing this guy definitely has coming in out of the bullpen is that hard sinking fastball. And here it is in all its glory as he gets the big double play ball to take away the pressure.
Stepping in now, Rusney Castillo. As he tries to go out and get the slider, but it's not there. It's strike 1. Really a good job so far by this guy out of the bullpen.
Yeah, he's come in and really put his stamp on this game. He's thrown a lot of strikes. That's what you want.
Tapped out in front of home. Throw on to first, and that error won't come back to haunt him after all as the inning is over. Nothing doing for Boston. They lead this one, though, 5-1. Welcome back to Fenway Park here in the great city of Boston. Red Sox on top in this one as we get set for the 7th. But first, here's a look at our game summary to this point. Leading off the inning, Carlos Gomez. And they'll need him to get something going here. And now Boston's bullpen springs into action. A left-hander and a right-hander begin to throw. High in the air, carrying well out to deep center. Back goes Betts. Gone! It's a solo home run off the bat of Carlos Gomez. And it's now a 5-2 game.
You want to talk about instant offense? How about the first pitch of the inning? He's just hoping to get ahead here with a first pitch strike, but now all of a sudden, he's got a guy circling the bases.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
Evan Gattis now standing in. Oh, he lifts a high pop-up. Drifting into foul territory on the right side. And he's retired here, 1 away.
Now batting.
Yeah, a good pitch there as he gets the pop out on the fastball as we take a look at his pitch breakdown so far.
Luis Valbuena digs in with 1 run in and 1 gone in the inning. Into the windup and the pitch. He slaps that one away, and the count will be 0-1. Had him reaching at thin air that time, and he's very quickly down 0-2.
Boy, he's been giving guys fits with that pitch. They've chased it all game long.
This one's hit deep out to left center field. Betts going back on it, but he can't make a play, and it's off the monster. And he'll cruise into the bag at second with a one-out double.
Wow, that is just a great inside-out approach. They've got him shaded to pull a little bit, so you see a big gap out there in left center field. And it turns out he doesn't even use the gap because this one's all the way off the wall. But from there, he's able to ease his way on into second base with a long opposite field double.
Here's the big first baseman, John Singleton, as he'll hit a ground ball here to the right side. And that's through into right field for a base hit. And they won't risk it at third, so they're at the corners now with only one away.
Yeah, he got a little revenge there. He struck out twice before that, and now he gets him back with a solid base hit.
Jason Castro will step in now in a big spot here with runners on.
And keep in mind, he's got a home run here already. If he gets a hold of another one, he could tie up this ball game.
And a good changeup there by Price as he jumps ahead, strike one.
This guy just continues to pound the strike zone. He's thrown a first pitch strike to 90% of the batters he's faced. Look how late we are into this ball game, and that's the difference for him.
He got him, and it'll probably take a base hit now to get that runner across from third.
Boy, at the very least, if you're going to go down swinging. That's a tough way to make a second out when you've got a runner in scoring position.
Jose Altuve gets a shot now with 2 men on and 2 away here in inning number 7.
And we'll see here if he can come through. It can be discouraging to see opportunities like this late in a ball game go untapped.
Price pauses. Here's the first pitch. And he'll take strike one on the fastball, registering at 93 that time. That man's team has definitely shot itself in the foot with all the strikeouts so far.
It seems like it's been a growing trend so far, but man, you've just got to be able to put the ball in play when you've got runners in scoring position.
And he got him. Minimizing the damage at just a run, the inning is over. Astros claw back a bit on this solo home run. Bottom of the 7th inning coming up. Get up and stretch. It's the Red Sox 5 and the Astros 2. Blake Swihart will stand in now to lead things off, and he'll do so with the same pitcher still out there. Seems he's earned himself another inning.
I think that's a definite vote of confidence, but he's done a nice job since coming in, so you might as well ride that hot hand.
Here's the first pitch to him. And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike, 0-1. Swing and a miss, and he's in the hole 0-2 now. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Skied into straightaway right. Springer moves over. Makes the play, 1 away.
Pretty good work out of the bullpen, as you see there. He got called in much earlier than I'm sure he expected, but he's given him a real lift so far.
Settling in now, Jackie Bradley Jr. He went deep in his first at-bat. We'll see what he's got in store for us here.
Well, he hit a 2-strike changeup, so let's see if they attack him a little bit differently if they get him to 2 strikes again.
Outside target here, and he hits it for strike 1. And Bradley swings and misses at that offering, and he's deep in the hole, 0-2.
And this is exactly what he does so well. He'll make you so convinced that you're going to see a fastball, and then he's going to go the other way on you.
Sliders, strike 3 called, and that's a pitcher's pitch right there. 2 gone.
Here you can see the catcher setting up deep inside, and sometimes you can fool the umpire a little bit. That pitch is actually not in the strike zone, but it's right dead center on the catcher's glove, and the man in blue rings him up.
Here's Mookie Betts. As he'll take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike 1.
When he's got that slider working the way he wants it, it can be such a weapon for him.
Well hit. Deep down the right field line. And that'll wind up a foul ball just to the right of Pesky's pole. Chopped foul right at home plate. 5-2 our score as we play inning number 7. This is line to left. And that will conclude matters here in the 7th. So they're held in check here this half of the inning. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now. Boston's out in front, 5-2. George Springer will stand in to start out their half of the 8th with that starter still out there, and he's definitely been a tough nut to crack.
No, he's been dominant all game long, and I think part of it is that he got himself a nice lead early on, and that's allowed him to not really worry about making a mistake. He's been free and easy the whole way through.
And now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Right side, hit hard. And a reach to his backhand, but he can't come up with it, and the leadoff man's aboard.
They've let these guys keep hanging around and hanging around, not able to put them away. I tell you, this game, it's far from over. They're not going to go quietly.
Carlos Correa will step in, a ground-out victim his last time.
And Matt, with the double play in order, they'll obviously be looking to induce another ground ball out of him right here.
Sends that one out of play for strike 1. He's set. Here's the 0-1. This ball's hit a ton out to center field. Betts going back on it. He tracks it down. A nice running play, and there's one away. On to first, and they get the double play. Colby Rasmus will stand in now with 2 away, needing to really get something started here.
And their chances of getting back into this ball game are growing dimmer by the batter.
Chop foul at the plate, strike 1. The windup and the 0-1. Slapped hard the opposite way. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
Yeah, and about the only drawback you have to having so many strikeouts is that it really runs that pitch count up. You can see on the graphic right here that total's starting to get up there now, so he may be getting just a little bit tired.
Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Tried to crush that ball, and now perhaps needs to shorten up with 2 strikes. The 0-2 home. Chopped foul over towards the dugout. Oh, 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swung on in the dirt for the 3rd strike. The throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. 1 left for Houston. They trail 5-2. Dustin Pedroia will lead things off here for Boston. Xander Bogaerts due to hit next.
Second baseman, Dustin Pedroia.
Here comes the first pitch. And this is just off the outside corner for a ball, 1-0. And here's a sinker that causes him to back away, as that just about got him.
Well, not close on either of these first 2 pitches. He's going to have to find the release point quick before he loses the leadoff guy.
Oh, and he overshoots his first baseman as it's over his head. And now, this ball's going to wind up out of play. And a big mistake there. Here's a sinker to start him out, but he wouldn't bite. It's ball one. And he's got to be careful now that some of these borderline calls don't get him started going downhill.
Yeah, and sometimes it's really easy to dwell on those, but you have to keep looking forward. It's not easy, but you've got to do it if you want to have success.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Unable to get the bat around in time, and the count evens at 2-2. And a check swing here, but the bat clearly breaks the plane as he's set down for the first out.
You know, it seems like every time we check these out in show motion, it always looks like the bat breaks the plane. Look here, sure enough, I don't think he holds up in time. Looked to me like that was the right call.
Runner at second, 1 away, and in steps trouble in the person of David Ortiz, the DH. Line drive, base hit left field. Here's Pedroia on his way home. And they're not going to get him. He's in there at the plate.
And you wonder if maybe this one is the one that finishes things off. That's going to make this a 6-2 game now. And with time running short, 4 runs might be just a little too much to make up the way they've swung the bats.
Hanley Ramirez steps in with 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good inning here so far, so we'll see if they can scratch another run across right here.
And a first pitch sinker is over for strike 1. That's on the inside corner to put him behind here, 0-2.
A lot of people think that pitch will burn straight down, but it will work back a little bit towards righties, like that one did right there.
And Gomez will look this one in for out number 2.
And with all the runs that have scored tonight, you'd think that ball would have had some carry to it. I don't think he got that one flush, though.
Ready now, Pablo Sandoval, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here.
You know, he's just flat out a better hitter from the left side. He's a switch hitter, but it's no secret this is his favorite side to hit from.
And he takes ball 1. 2 out with the man at first. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball.
And now with a 2-0 count, both pitches have been in. This might be where you say, all right, I'm going to let it fly if this next one's middle away.
Goes the other way with it as this is in the air down the line and left. In there, a base hit. Rusney Castillo stands into the box. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Out in front of it, strike 1. Looking to minimize the damage here. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Now the 0-2 pitch. Might have been looking to find that outside corner, but he couldn't quite get it there. It's 1-2. And here's one that barely misses off the inside corner, 2-2.
And the hope was that he would have chased one of those pitches, but now.
And the right fielder is there to make the catch, and the inning is over. A run on 2 hits in the inning for Boston. 9th inning coming up. The Red Sox are out in front, 6-2. Welcome back to Baseball on the Show from Beantown, Boston, Mass. We're set for the final innings of this one. Koji Uehara will come on now, hoping to wrap this one up here in the top of the 9th.
Koji Uehara.
Kicking off the top of the 9th, Evan Gattis. And they'll need him to get something going here.
Well, you're facing a pretty big deficit in this game, so they need to start clawing their way back.
And we kick off the 9th inning with a swinging strike here, 0-1.
Yeah, he really pulled off of that one, and that's not the kind of swing we're accustomed to seeing from a guy like him.
Especially starting off an at-bat.
Oh, and this at-bat is quickly moving from bad to worse. It's 0-2 now. Got him swinging in the dirt. And the throw is there to record the first out.
Now batting,
Luis Valbuena will stand in, needing to do something here to get on base as they're down to their final 2 outs.
Yeah, and you just can't worry about the score right here. You just got to be able to string together a couple of base runners and take it one pitch at a time, one runner at a time.
Bases are empty, one man out. Boy, in a perfect spot for the splitter there. It's 0-2.
And that's right where you want to be with your specialty pitches. If you can start them knee-high and let them dip out of the strike zone, you'll have a lot of success with locations like that one.
And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first two men he faces out of the bullpen. John Singleton is in with two away here as this one swung on and missed for the first strike. The win would belong to David Price if the lead holds up. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. And this ball's hit sharply toward the first base coaching box. It's a foul ball. And now a crowd reported at over 28,000 rise to their feet. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Yeah, and you know this home crowd is going to get to drive home happy as their guys come through with a very good win.
An entertaining game all in all, so if we have to choose one who stood out among all others, why not go with this man right here? He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he came through with a couple of hits, but more importantly, that big home run, which really led his guys to this victory.
So that'll just about do it. For Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com. The Red Sox win it 6-2. Good night from Fenway.
The final line score for our ball game tonight. For the victorious Boston Red Sox, 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors. They left 4 men on base. For the Astros, 2 runs on 8 hits, 2 errors. They left 6 men on base. The winning pitcher is David Price. The loss goes to Dallas Keuchel. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 58 minutes. A reminder that extra Green Line trains will be available at the Kenmore stop. Or if you plan to use the D branch, use the Fenway stop. Rail service is available at the Yawkey Station, located on Brookline Avenue, within walking distance of Fenway Park.